You see, we say, unless samskar is a very important word, there are two meanings. First of all, samskar sometimes means the kind of the kind of way you bring up your children, give them some kind of ideas, etc. But samskar in technical sense means this following. These are, if you like, rites of passages. As we go through different stages of life, there are certain, rituals we carry out. These are called samskars. So there are certain rituals we carry out to, in a way, make sure that we understand we are moving from one stage of life to another stage of life. In English, it's called rites of passage. So the samskars that we normally do is, for example, very early when the young child is born. In fact, before the youngster is born, the parents do certain samskars so that they can attract the right kind of a youngster into their family. So the right person, in a way, becomes, if it goes in the embryo. So the first samskar starts even before the youngster is born. And then there are various samskars. I just touch on few because there are 16 samskars. Sometimes there are more than 16 even. But basically says a certain stage, for example, namakaran ceremony, that means you are again naming the child. And again, this is an important samskar because this is what happens. When you name a child, it's not a minor thing. You are giving the child an identity. So if you give it an identity that is really something that is higher, something that thinks of higher things, you're doing a good job. But if suppose you give nowadays in London, I find youngsters being given names which have no meaning. One is called Shanil. I say it's like looks like a kind of just toilet spray that you use or something. Don't use such language. So give the child a name that is meaningful. Nicely, a good idea. We are so lucky. Our vocabulary is so huge. We can pick up names from our classical literature of youngsters, which are very meaningful names. So make sure you give the child a meaningful name, a meaningful identity. And even when you are addressing the youngsters, you are in a way linking with this higher ideology that you subscribe to. So naming the child is not a minor ceremony. Unfortunately, we treat it like fun and we just give them weird names which have no meaning in English or in Sanskrit or Hindi or whatever. So give them meaningful name. That's one of the samskar. See, straight away from the word samskar in a way is then identifies the youngster through his whole life. So give a very meaningful naming. Then we got the other samskar that they can say, okay, when you are kind of piercing the ears, etc., removing your hair, mundan, etc., they're all fine. But the one next one I like is the Upanayana ceremony. Now the Upanayana ceremony or the samskar is basically saying, introduce your youngster to his religion. See, again, a very relevant ceremony. So he's saying now, Upanayana ceremony means basically you tell the youngster, recite the Gayatri, the central prayer of the Hindus, into the child's ear. So then, first time he hears the deeper kind of prayer, the best prayer we have. So again, an important samskar, telling the child, now you are no longer a baby, no longer you are entering the adult stage where you are going to learn, start your education. So the introduction to your religion is the best way to start your education. That is Upanayana ceremony. Upa means come near, I give you the deeper vision. So Upanayana ceremony is a wonderful ceremony that is also one of the samskars. The next one that we normally come across, of course, nowadays is the Viva ceremony. Now Viva actually means carrying a burden. So we are telling the child, okay, you've done your education, you're a lovely chap, but now we're going to give you a samskar that tells you have to bear the burden of society. You are no longer on freebie. You don't have a freebie anymore. People are not paying for education. Now you have to bear the burden of society. Not you, the whole society. And this is an important ceremony because here you say, use this, there is natural attraction between the genders, male and the female. So let's use this natural attraction to create a building block for society. Let's get them married. So they are kind of loyal partners throughout their life. They can bring up children, and that's a very good building block for every society. You see, nowadays people, they say, okay, we don't need to get married and we have children and then we can discard the children and one of the parents can take over or give those social services. This is terrible. So a Viva ceremony says, let us have a link between the husband and the wife, which is permanent, long-term, loyal, whereby the children can be brought up in this kind of very stable environment. So this is the Viva ceremony, saying now you have the burden of not only starting a family life, producing children, also looking after your parents and your elderly people in your family, looking after the needs of the greater society. So earn a living and look after the needs of the greater society as well as your own personal family. This is the Viva samskar. It's very important. The next important samskar that I normally like to talk about is the retirement stage. Again, we Hindus are very poor at this. At some stage in our life, we must take a back seat, take stock of our spiritual progress, and think of something higher. All your life you've been chasing after desires, fulfilling this desire, that desire, having children, making sure children get well educated. You do all this hard work, nothing wrong. But come on, a state must come where you must say, I must take a back step. I must watch, take stock of my own life. What spiritual progress have I made or not made? Take stock. This is the retirement stage. Vanaprastha ashram, Vanaprasthana ashram. This is a wonderful thing of trying. See the progress of life. You become educated, you get an identity, you become educated, you bear the burden of society, then you say, no, let me take a step backward and take stock of my own life, what have I achieved. So it's an important thing. Again, see how poorly we do it. Just as the Namkaran ceremony has been completely demolished, the idea of retirement has also been demolished. The religion of Hindus, as somebody did a survey, is very frightening. They said in other traditions, at least they've got some kind of link with a god or idea of. The only link Hindus have with the religion is, very simply, money. The religion of Hindus is money. Let's make more money, more and more money. What do? Just take it under the bottom and sit on it. You have done it. You see, you lost it. So the retirement stage never says, give up desires, stop chasing after money. But you'll find almost every Hindu parent that I come across, until the dying day, they're still trying to make money or store money or hold money back. Don't do it. Give it up now. Enough is enough. Retire from desires, retire from chasing after money. This is the retirement stage. See, these are the good samskaras that we follow. And of course, the final samskara is the antima samskara, or if you like, the cremation ceremony. Here you become highly philosophical and say, essentially we are the spirit, Atman. This Jivatman, this tiddler that we thought is me, is something that is not you at all. This idea of focusing on Atman as our true nature, and not Jivatman as the one with a body, is what we have to focus on, the antima samskara.
Free e-learning course in Hinduism. To register, please visit www.hindu-academy.com.
Talks on Hinduism. Sponsored by People Care. Encouraging caring for the elderly in their own homes. For more information, please visit peoplecare.com.